everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Dining Room Table with Dim Clays. Well, not in friends, but it's just us on Carlton.
And I'm Kendra.
Yes. So today, it was funny. I saw a post that you wrote about how normally around this time you kind of feeling kind of down because this is around the time that my sister passed away. So I thought it'd be kind of we could kind of talk about that because also too, this is around the time I got diagnosed with cancer as well. So actually, next Monday it'll be I was 16. I'm 33. It'll be 17 years since I was diagnosed with cancer.
That went by fast.
Yeah, it did. So I figured we kind of talk about that. Just kind of talk about just that experience for people who don't know with Dad and just losing our sister, different things like that. Kind of we talked about this last week because Carmen and Cameron were here. Well, anyway, so you can just go into like, I guess, how do you deal with that?
For me, I'm not too much of an. I don't want to say I'm emotionalist. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Emotionless.
Something like that.
I don't want to say that I lack emotion. I don't want to say that I lack emotion, but I try to deal with things on my own. As far as like if I'm sad or upset, I try to distance myself and just figure it out on my own. So when my sister passed, I think I grieved a little bit, but it was like by myself. So not too many people saw me upset or sad about it. I think I cried a couple times. Like I cried at the funeral. I cried when she first got sick because I remember my auntie coming to pick me up because I was supposed to go to school, but I didn't go. And I remember she came and picked me up, and my brother and sister, Carmen and Cameron, were in the car. And they was telling me, like, she was really sick. And I just remember really crying and really being upset about that. Now that I'm old, like, now that it's been almost 10 years, in April it'll be 10 years, I guess I try to think about the happy times she was here and how long she was with us because they said she wasn't going to live that long. So for her to be here till she was 10 was a great opportunity. You know, she taught us a lot. She taught me patience, and she just taught me, about kids who have handicaps. Like, she taught me about that. You know, I never was the type to be like in school. You know, you have some people that picked on people who had disabilities or were like in special ed or anything. I never was that type, but I always wondered like what was going on, or how did they become like that. And to have somebody in my life that was actually disabled or had cerebral palsy, it taught me a lot, and it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. So
the crazy thing is, and I always tell people this because people, like, when I do talk about Kimberly and I'm trying to recollect when she passed, I don't really remember. Not that I don't want to, but it's just like that whole thing was a blur to me, and it still kind of is a blur. Like I remember getting a call saying I need to come to the hospital. I remember being there because she actually, I remember it was a Monday, I think, when they were saying she was about to pass, but she lived longer. Like it was still a couple of days, a few days, and then after that, I think mom was coming to get all of us or something, and then
she picked
everybody up, and then we got there. She had passed away by the time we had got there. So it's all a blur. I can never remember the year. I don't know if I'm blocking it out or what it is, but I don't know. It's just, for me, somebody said it's the oldest and the youngest always have a connection. And so, because she was the youngest and I am the oldest, I just felt, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know, I just felt something left. Like, something just, like, detached from me. It's kind of weird to explain. So, I don't know. But, anyway, let me stop if I start crying.
crying in the club.
Yeah. I just um I just wish she was here. That's all. I really wish that she had an opportunity to experience more life. But I do know, like I said, now that she's in heaven, she's whole now. Like I said, here she had disabilities, she had handicaps, and she couldn't walk, she couldn't really talk. Well, she couldn't communicate in our way, I should say. She did communicate, but she just had a different way about doing it. So I know she's whole now, but just a selfish part of me wished just that she was still here because so much has happened, and we got Kyler now, and I wish that he had the opportunity to meet her. It's funny because every time he comes here, he points at a picture. He points at her picture, and so I just wish she was here. I wish we had more moments with her. And again, I think I mentioned this before. We talked about regrets. Oh no, it wasn't here fire and nice, but I was just saying like I wish I would have taken more pictures with her. I don't have a lot of pictures with her, like just me and her. And I know I wasn't really into taking a lot of pictures like that, really. And then we didn't really have the technology we have now either. We had a digital camera.
Yeah, and I had it most.
And she had it most of the time. So, it's just a lot of things. But I know that she's here in our hearts, and then we'll always remember her, and we'll have stories to tell Kyler and all the other ones that'll come, later down the line. But this moment's also, like I said, this time of year is also difficult too, again, because I mentioned that this is a time of year I got diagnosed with cancer too. So, and that's kind of a blur. I don't know if it's the chemotherapy that's making me lose my memory or what's going on. I don't know what it is, but it just, I just remember I was a sophomore in high school when I got diagnosed, and I remember what happened was I had the flu, in February, but it wasn't going away, and then in March, I was in pain. My joints hurt, everything. I didn't know what was going on with me. I was real sluggish. Falling asleep in class, I never did that. It was just a really hard time. And then to get the cancer diagnosis, I was kind of relieved because I kind of knew. I finally, okay, we know what it is now. But at the same time, it was really scary because I was like thinking I was about to die, and I was only like 16. So to deal with that, and still deal with teenage stuff was a lot, and it was a lot. I know, our family has dealt with a lot of stuff that people wouldn't even imagine. And so when people talk about us and then say negative things about this family, it really bothers me because you guys don't really know. We don't put all our business out there like that. And then even back then, like I said, there was no social media. So, but even just now, like we've dealt with a lot, and I think, people don't really understand the things that we deal with, as a family. I mean, talking about just individually, but just as a family. So,
or have dealt with.
Yeah.
You just look. You just see that you on the outside looking in and think you know. You know, and then some people they just have negative energy, and that's just the vibe they have. That's just them. So they're gonna think negative regardless, but they don't know like the stuff we dealt with. Not saying we the only family that dealt with stuff. Right. Everybody deals with things, but it's like it comes to a point where people just have to show empathy and just show compassion towards people and get to know people before jumping to conclusions or saying you don't like people because they think they're better, and it's just so much, and but we're strong. We're a strong family. We have our moments, but I think we know how to come together when the time is needed. Yeah. So
how would you like? I wish Carmen and Cameron were here to kind of, because they were younger when I got diagnosed. But how would you dealing with that, too? Because that was a lot on you. Carmen and Cameron, I think even though me and Kimberly had the thing, I had cancer, she had cerebral palsy. You three y'all still dealt with it though. It still kind of impacted your lives. So.
I don't, because I know during the time that's when we started the step team at GYZ. So, Usain, what was I supposed to say? We started the step team at GYZ. Emphasis on me. I'm so shade. I'm sorry, but so it was just weird seeing you kind of like you were different as far as seeing your energy go or whatever, and just dealing with the mood. I just remember Carlton being real moody. That's because he was on steroids, so he was real mean.
Yeah.
But it was understand. Like now that I'm older, I understood it. Then I probably didn't understand it too much. I just tried to keep my distance or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he said he was in 10th grade, so I was in 7th grade. So you know, you know, I was sad because I was like, I didn't want him to die because of cancer. Like, I didn't want him to die because of cancer. Like, I don't want any of my siblings to die, but you know, it's just something we dealt with and we got through. I can't really honestly remember the emotions I had, like, because I was like a preteen, so I don't really.
You was doing with your own stuff.
Yeah, so I don't really.
Yeah.
Remember too much. I just remember, you know, we got through it. And we, you know, he's still here, so.
Yeah. So the thing is, 17 years diagnosis, 17 years remission too. I was in remission 2 months after I was diagnosed, so praise the Lord for that. They caught the cancer early also too. I had great doctors, and also God is a healer, so that was amazing. That's amazing. But like I said, for me, it was just a lot, and I'm grateful for my family. We definitely pulled together. Not just my family, like the Clays, but just my entire family. I'm grateful for everybody that prayed for me, that really came to the hospital. You know, there were times where I kind of felt alone and lonely, and you know, people would come by and take the time out to come visit me and different things like that. Cause my mom, again, she had 5 kids, so she couldn't always be there. My dad was working. And my mom couldn't always be at the hospital with me, even though I really wanted her to be there. But she had to take care of Kimberly. She had Kendra, Carmen, and Cameron, too. And then let's include John, because John was with us majority of the time, too. So 6, technically. So she was doing a lot. So it was kind of impossible for her to be at the hospital a lot. But the funny thing is, to be honest, there was a time I had, what is it? I can't think of it. I basically had big chicken pox. And I cannot think of it. It started with an S. Shingles. I had the shingles, and that was horrible. They gave me a medicine I was allergic to.
I remember that.
It was like I kind of was out of my mind, and the funny thing was I had an out of body experience. Like I could see myself being different. Cause I was just, I don't know. It was basically like they gave me a medicine. I was allergic to it. I was having hallucinations, and I was just a totally different person. He
don't really like talking about it too much. This is when you talk. He was acting real, like it was kind of like he was a kid.
Yeah,
in a sense.
I remember that.
He was really like under my mom, like talking in like a baby voice type situation, and I was kind of scared. It weirded me out, and like, cause I didn't get it, I didn't understand it, and he doesn't like talking about it, so I don't talk about it. But since he brought it up, it just kind of weirded me out a little bit. As far I didn't know what was going on, so
yeah, it was a lot. But we ended up finding out that it was the medicine that was.
So you stopped taking it, Mama?
She tried to give it to me one day, and I just didn't take it. I remember her saying, "I'm not taking it." It's not funny, but I remember saying, and I think I made her cry. I think I made her cry on multiple occasions, but so then when I went to the doctor, then they found out he's allergic to that medicine, and so then when I stopped taking it, that's when I stopped having hallucinations. I became back to my normal self. I think I was like, I said something rude.
He said something.
I was something shady or rude. And then it was like, okay, he back.
Yeah. He said something. I was like, oh, okay. Shoot, I'm going to get that pill popping in your mouth. That's how you act crazy. What if that? Oh, he being rude. Take this.
That's what you get. Exactly what you get.
They probably don't even make it anymore. But okay.
I hope they don't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it. That's kind of like just basically it.
Those are like the two main events like
Yes.
we went through as far as like illnesses in our family.
Yeah. Two main ones. I mean, there's a couple more, but we don't really have time to talk about it. But next week we're going to see LMA, so I don't think we're going to be doing an episode next week. We might, I don't know. I might just be so excited I might just show you footage. But we'll let you, I want to kind of get mom and dad on here to talk about, because they dealt with the brunt of a lot of stuff. So I want to get them talking about that. I think that'll probably either be next week or the week after next. So I think that'll be interesting. I wish everybody was here, because I think that'll be that would have been a dope episode.
Like everybody.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's it for the dining room table with Dem Clays, two of us.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. We could not go live if you guys were watching this and you're like, I don't remember y'all doing this, because Facebook's acting up for some reason. I don't know what's going on, so we couldn't go live. But we appreciate you guys watching. Yes. Please comment, share, give us some topics you want us to talk about here. If you want to join us as a friend on Dining Room Table, please hit us up. And yeah, we'd love to have you. So until next time, we'll see y'all later. Be blessed.
Bye.
Peace.